Hello, I hope you're doing okay today. If you can let me know if you can hear this or not. I am trying to get audio playing, like some music playing. I don't know if it's actually audible or not, though. So if you could let me know, that would be great. We're going to get started here pretty soon. I just wanted to get stuff up and running here, but I hope you're doing well. I wanted to work on a little JavaScript challenge today. I actually have not looked at it at all, really, which is my norm for these kinds of things. But I'm actually not totally sure exactly what we're supposed to do here. But I at least want to show you the site, and maybe you can start jumping into these projects as well, because they're fun to get started with. But we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me switch over. Can you hear music at all, or no? I thought I had it going, but I'm not seeing it in OBS now. So, all right, well, at least get you switched over here. And yeah, perfect. I hope you're doing okay today. It is currently early in the morning for me, and it is also snowing outside. So I get to go clear snow later, but I know that's not the case for everyone right now. But yeah, hope you're doing okay today. All right, let's go ahead and switch on over. You hear no music. Okay, well, sorry if that's... Can you hear something now through that? No? Now it looks like it's wanting to play. Can you hear music now? All right, we'll switch this over. Hope you're doing okay today. Good to see you. We'll get started here. This is a little site called adventofjs.com. There's also Advent of CSS, and you can see they've done it for a few years. It used to be both Amy Dutton and James Quick. I don't know if James isn't helping anymore. I know he was at least there the first year, I think. So, yeah. So basically, you can sign up for these challenges for free. You get 24 challenges. And I think I just picked one randomly, which was number 2 or something like that. So it's this one right here. And basically what we've got is this little movie drop-down thing. They give you a JSON file, which I'm very grateful for. Awesome. Hey, Dante, welcome. You can hear music now. Cool. Yeah, so they give you this little Figma file. So I think it's some kind of movie drop-down. They give you a JSON file. What I'm not totally sure on, because there's no real instructions unless I'm missing it, is this like a box that you can type in and it gives you a drop down? I'm not totally sure. So we'll see. But we'll at least get this up. I don't think this, we can make this take as long as we want, but I guess we'll see. All right, let's jump over here. I did put it all inside of here. So let me get this up, and I don't remember how I have this set up. So let me switch back over. I'm just going to open this up in VS Code and get Chrome open. Sometimes, because I'm obviously working as well, I have other stuff going on, so I just want to make sure I wasn't showing anything I wasn't supposed to. All right, cool. All right, we'll switch back over. Canary Islands in Spain, nice. I am trying to slowly learn Spanish very poorly. So here we go. All right, so we've got this JSON file. You can see we've got description, director, duration, image. They don't really give you any of this stuff, do they, over here? No, so maybe we should make these like pages you can go to. Do we really need to make a fully functioning site? Probably not. Let's just stick to what we have. But it is interesting they give you all that stuff. This is... I don't know, let's just loop through this stuff. So I think what we'll do, Dante is calling out all my flaws. I got distracted and we hadn't even started yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and build something. Let's see what else we have. This is, I'm guessing, that little arrow. These are just a few of the thumbnails. I'm not totally sure what I'm supposed to do with this, because I have images here. What are these? I mean, those are images, right? Okay, well, let's go ahead. let's just create npx create Astro at latest. We'll call this thing Advent. Let's do AOJ 224 day 2-ish. All right, because we kind of are, kind of aren't. Also, I should put my Christmas lights up today. So, Festivus, look at that. Doesn't that make you feel better? Let's do minimal starter. Sure. No for now. And we'll get this up and running. It's nice to be streaming again. It's been a while. I have a whole list of videos I'm trying to reshoot for my course and a bunch of new stuff I'm wanting to add. But my goal is to kind of get my channel backlog up again a little bit. So that will hopefully help me be able to do it sustainably and then be able to start to reshoot a lot of that stuff sooner than later. Now, most of it's up to date. There's just a couple little things, and mostly it's additions, things you can add on top of what already existed. But anyhow, all right, so here we go right here. Let's go ahead and drag this, first of all, into the SRC. And I'm going to create a layouts or a data directory. We'll just drop this thing here, right here. And I'm just going to call this movies.json. And then let's go ahead and use the new content collection, or the new content layer. So we'll do content, and might as well add this in here, content.ts. And so that I don't have to remember how to do this, content collection, Astro. Here we go. Let's grab this, except I want a file, so let's grab this, yeah. All right, so we'll pull this in a second. What else do I want in here? I thought I installed everything, didn't I? I'm sure as VS Code will figure it out. Okay, so what I want is movies right here. And this was movies.json. Eventually we'll have a schema that pulls in, although I think we're going to need at least an ID. So I'm assuming this has some kind of ID. Duration, image, metascore, position, stars, rating, votes, year, no ID. Okay, that's fine. I guess we'll just grab all these and make our own. So let's do ID, and then this will be equal to, let's do text pastry. Like that. I think that should work for all those. Okay, cool. So we've got an ID on all those. This should be, I'm trying to remember exactly how, I think I have to do z.object. I forget all this stuff too, you know. We'll do ID is, let's see, don't I have to have, oh, you know what? It should include all that by default. Let's just see what happens. I can schema that out later. Okay. So let's come over here. Let's open up the index route. And inside here, let's go ahead and pull in movies equals, oh wait, get collection. And we'll get the movies, which probably means we need to export that. Oops. It is my birthday tomorrow. Thank you, Christina. Setting the vibe for sure. Yeah. Let's do content. Export const collections equals, and then we'll export movies. I think that's all correct. Yeah, I don't know why this thing's yelling at me. So let's go ahead and get this up and running with npm run dev, which is probably the issue here, maybe. Why this can't find anything. I'll come over here. Yeah, I don't know why it's erroring so much. And let's console log this. All right, over here. Something's happening. Movies does not exist. Cool. All right, let's open this back up. Why is this hating me? Declaration or statement. Well, that shouldn't be there. Okay. Let's try that now. Okay, cool. Now, I think this is where schema z.object. I don't really get any benefit in doing this. I guess I just kind of felt like it. So this would be a z.number. I think we at least need to have this, maybe. It's the kind of thing where it's like, if you don't, I just usually copy stuff over for my project like everyone else. See, this should be pulling in these individual items. src data movies.json. I don't know. Okay, well, let's not waste any more time on that. And I don't really have to do this anyhow because it's the exact same thing basically in this case as importing from movies. So I guess that's what we're going to do today. We'll do data JSON movies.json and then we'll console like this. I was just hoping to like get some schema. There we go. I don't know. I guess I'll have to go relearn again content collections. Not like I don't do it every day. Hey, thanks, Dante. All right, so let's go ahead and just take my movies.map. We'll take each movie and let's just output some HTML where we have this data structure. I guess let me grab. Well, oh yeah, I should know what I have. So let's do like a paragraph where we do m dot. There we go. Title. And just make sure this is showing. Okay, cool. So this also includes the title, also includes the number. Okay. Position 2. Am I saying that right? Position 2, but it's number 1. Like a zero index thing. Position 2 is the position 3. Okay, whatever. All right, anyhow, we got the title. Now let's go ahead and pull an image in. This will be m.image. They even give you alts. Image alt Amy. This is awesome. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so this shows all the movies. I feel like that's what it should have done from the start, right? Because this just shows, or maybe it's just showing the top 5. Why do they give you those? I'm curious then why they give you just the 5. Maybe it's just for the CSS portion, because there's an advent of CSS and there's an advent of JavaScript. And so maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, content collection is better if you have more files. In this case, like I'm going to get typing already from here. So it's like there's no real advantage to using it. Unless you're like switching out your data layer or something like that. There's, I think, yes, it's something to do with the way I'm loading this async. So I think I would want to pull this in and then like define an ID on it, but it's not worth it in this case. I don't usually do from pure files. That's part of the reason why I don't remember how to do that. So I'll either load it from an external source or from like a folder of separate files. If I have a data file like this, I just load it directly, unless I need to interact with a content collection, in which case I'll set it up, but I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, content collection is better if you have more files. Okay, cool. So I guess we're just going to make a little drop down. Custom select. I saw something about this the other day. I think Una Kravitz did something recently on this. Yeah. The new select. Do I have to? Croton Canary is updated to 130. Oh, man. Yeah, because you can like literally... This isn't going to show here. But you can customize the entire thing. You can style it from scratch. So we're not going to get that here because I don't have Chrome Canary and ain't nobody got time to wait for that to download. But let's just kind of like do it ourselves. I mean, ideally we use the actual select element because then we get a lot of accessibility. It kind of helps out of the box. I'm not totally sure the behavior here. Is this like if you click in here, you can type? I'm not totally sure. Let's see, level 1, style the custom drop-down hard code in the list of movies. Yep. Or level 2, load all 100 movies dynamically from the provided JSON file. Those are our options. I'm not totally sure. I'm guessing you're supposed to type in here, and then it turns into this, and then if you click again, you get another input. But like, this isn't an input. If you click in here, then it gives you that, maybe? I don't know. What do you think? Let's here, let's also do this. I'm gonna npx asterisk add tailwind. Should I sent it here? Challenge should have a description. Live type filter. Let's check. Like I said, I try not to look at these things ahead of time and like think about them, because the whole point is to do it live. But it probably would help to know what I'm supposed to do, and clearly I don't. npm run dev. All right, let's come back here. Day 2. I've already signed up. Live type filter. Okay. All right, so let's first of all just get these things set out the way they should be. I think for now I'm not going to make them like a select, because it looks, to your guys' point, more like a filter. So let's just have like an input with the type of search. That'll show up here. We could do border 2, just so we can see it. And I should be able to type in here. Okay, cool. I think I'm just going to use vanilla JavaScript here. So let's do that. We'll do search input equals. Let me also make this thing bigger, make this thing smaller. Okay. Document.query selector. And we're going to search for type of search. I guess I should give this thing an ID. It's called search. When you click on the input, show the drop-down that shows movie details. When the input is expanded, you should be able to search for the movie you want. Oh, cool. Input should limit the list of movies. I don't know how I missed that, but and I don't know where to find that here, because I think I've just gotten it in my email. So I don't know. Is there like a day 2 or something? No. Okay. Oh. Login top left. Oh, I have to log in. Oh, yeah, details. Okay, well, I haven't done any of these this year. I did last year. All right, anyhow, let's do as unknown as input HTML input element. Okay. So console.log. I don't really want to do this whole thing with JavaScript. Should I just do this in React? All right, vote on React versus not. But I guess for right now, before we do too much, let's come inside here and let's style this a little bit. I don't exactly know what the dropdown should look like, so I guess let me log in. I just don't know what it'll show, so let me come over here. All right, let's skip to the next one. Maybe if the song will skip. Come on. Oh man, it sent me an email I have to verify. All right. Apologize for the delay here. Cool. All right, we are in. All right, here we go. Content. Every day receive a challenge in email. Yes, I got that. Challenge 2. Okay. Create a custom drop-down menu. Here's the inputs, the default state. When you click the input, show a drop-down that contains the movie thumbnail and the year the movie is released. When you click on it, show a drop-down. Oh, yeah, okay, so there are actual levels. Okay, cool. All right, so let's at least just get this thing up and running. Default state like this, your favorite holiday movie. So let's do that to start with. Any votes on React or not? Do solid. I haven't used solid yet, even though I know it's very close. Okay, cool. All right, let's at least start with this then. I'm not sure how I want to display that, so for now I'm just going to make this a div that you click on, or probably a button, honestly. So let's do that. Class. Isn't there like a colors thing? Yeah. Okay, so let's also grab this. Tailwind. We have 1 vote for React, 1 vote for Solid, which I haven't used before. I'm not sure I want to try to do that live. I know it's not that difficult to pick up, but it's already taken me a while to even figure out what the project's supposed to be. So we'll do background here, and we'll set this to and then we'll call this board. My kid also woke me up at like 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm not my best self. We'll do blue here. I guess we'll just call it normal blue. Okay. All right, so we got background, border, and blue. Background. I guess they do have a border. Something like that. Is this showing anywhere? It just needs content, so maybe we will do vote for React, React. Okay with whatever. What features of Astro? Honestly, probably not a whole lot since we're going to do this with React. So I probably should have just done a v-at, but I know we could do that now, but I've already got it set up with Tailwind. So npx Astro add React. If you had a full project like this and you wanted to create like dynamic routes for each movie, like that's where I think Astro would be helpful, because you'd have all those statically rendered and cached on a CDN or something, and then you could just have this little React app that then linked to those. So like that's where it would be helpful, but we're not going to do any of that here, so it may not be that helpful for us. So this should say your favorite holiday movie. Let's just use my cheat here and copy this using OCR so I don't have to type, since I can't type today evidently. So let's come over here. Let's just like, I'm just gonna make this whole thing a React like wrapper.tsx, and I'm just gonna drop this thing in here. So let's do that. Yeah, let's take all this. So we have to client load it, so it actually loads stuff. Get rid of that, and basically we're just going to be writing in pure React at this point. So if we come back over here, it should say React wrapper. It does, cool. And we can drop this stuff in here. Obviously, these are going to need to be converted. Nope, get out of here. Like that. Class name equals border. All right. The movies we're going to have to get in here. So we'll get movies. And here's where we're going to have to probably get this typing. Movies like that. I should pull this in here. For now, we'll just do any. Your favorite holiday movie, something's in there. Okay, cool. Will these... This doesn't know it's typing, right? Yeah, okay, so let me grab this. Actually, I'll just grab all this. We're going to create a little type. Sure. So let's do types. And we'll do JSON to TS. Movie. All right. So movie item is what I care about. I guess we could do that, but all right. So we will grab this as a movie item. Okay, cool. So now I should actually know what these things are in here as well. So we're gonna have two things in here. Let's have a span. Let's see. We're in too deep. Nice work. Astra's better than React since it has more benefits. Yeah, I mean, it just depends what you're building. OCR considered fancy tool. Oh, overall, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I like watching people work just because you like pick up little things that they do. So, yeah, I'm sure that's one of the cool things about watching people stream is that you get to pick up all their little tips and tricks. So I'm going to drop this in. Let's have a icons folder. And I'm going to drop this over here. We'll do arrow. Let's call it that to make it a little easier. And then there's a new config here in Astro. So if you come in here to experimental, what is this thing? I think it's called SVG. We'll set this to true. I know. If you would save, I'm going to fix this. But you can basically import an SVG directly, and it actually does a bunch of smart stuff. It's basically like the Astro icon package. So, all right, let's come over here. I'm kind of hoping that they get it more stable sooner than later because I want to use it in some of the projects I reshoot, and I don't want to have to redo that. So anyhow, so let's go ahead and, oh, you know what, I forgot. That's not going to work because we're pulling this in a React app. That's fine. So let's just call this thing TSX, and then I'll do SVG. We'll call this arrow and copy to clipboard. Paste this in here. I don't have any props, so we don't need that. Also don't need this either. All right, so let's import the arrow here. So I just turned that basically into a little app. I guess we should pass in the class name, huh? We can do like size 8 or something. And then let's go ahead and pull in class name. And we'll add this here. Class name. What is that, like React, CSS? I forget what it's called. I guess we can just come and hover. React HTML attributes dot class name. All right, is that how I type that? HTML attributes dot class name. I don't know how to type that. We'll just do a string. Call it a. All right, so this should pull this in now. Where's that at? So I'm manually setting the width and the height there. I think it's just because I don't have a view box. 0, 0, 32, 52. There we go. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, back to here. It's supposed to look like this. How much do I care about the precision? 78, 71. It's not consistent, so I'm not going to be. All right, so I'm going to do whatever I want. Perfect. Let's say padding Y is like 4. Padding X is like 8, maybe. 4, 6. I don't know. We'll do flex. gap 4 now that we really need it. Items center, space between. Space between, what is that? Justify between, maybe, yeah. That'll work. I guess let's set like a width on this. It's very, very wide. I don't know that it needs to be quite that wide, but let's set this whole section here. We'll just make this a grid container, and then that will automatically make it wide. And we'll set a max width. I think so. That's what we'll do. I'd like medium, maybe. And let's come over here. Movies, ID number. It's literally, I got this typing from there. I guess I can't do it there. Can I do it here? No. I can't do it there either. Where would I type this in here? I guess right here? Movie item. I don't know. I'm not concerned about it. But what I do want to do is put this all inside. Or maybe I'll just go into my layout. And here we'll do grid. Actually, let's just throw this whole thing inside of a container. And I'll come over here to Tailwind and have this container or recenter true. And I'll add a padding of like 2 rem, something like that. Sure. All right, and then let's also, what is 2 rem? 8, right? We should have a nav bar. Don't. HTML attributes T class name. So I should have just paid attention to the actual type that it gave me. Is that what you're saying? So let's do HTML attributes. That comes from React. T dot class name. That doesn't seem to work either. All right. Well, whatever it is, we figured it out. So, all right, we've at least got this drop down thing. Nothing's happening yet. I probably also need to pull in the font, which I don't remember what that is. Style, colors, something. All right, so let's do this. Let's come back here. I need to pull this in somewhere. I might as well just do it in my wrapper, I guess. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, because I need it in the head. So let's do font. What is this thing called? Isn't this a Google font? My fonts, the font, type wolf. I'm not going to worry about it. You should totally do it. Yeah, I always find them like way slower when I stream, but it does depend on the day. Sometimes I'm okay. I'm just going to leave this, I think, and not worry about it. Okay, so we've got that. But yeah, you should totally do it. Tell me all the things you figured out. I think that's one of the cool things about streaming is like I do this to like practice and to learn. I definitely don't feel like an expert in any sense of the term. Let's see, spelling. What's my spelling thing? Because it's annoying me. All right, get out of here. So anyhow, all right. So let me come back to the actual challenge. All right, so this is how it should look like. We got that. When you click on an input, show a dropdown that contains the movie thumbnail, title of the year a movie was released. So I don't understand this because it's not showing that. It's showing this state. So I'm guessing input is expanded. Search for the movie you want. The input should limit the list of movies. When you hover over a specific movie, the background changes to blue. Okay. So I'm guessing what happens is if you click on this, it shows the input, and then down below it shows the list of movies. So why don't we at least like loop through the movies? So yeah, let's do that. Const, we'll do like show movies, set show movies equals use state. Been a while. We're gonna set this to false by default. Actually, we'll set it to true so we can actually see what's going on. And then inside here, we're just gonna say show movies. Then, oops, then I want to map over these movies. Oh, this should be, oh, that's probably why it was yelling at me too. Okay, so back here, it stopped yelling because I actually typed it correctly. Okay, let's come inside here. We're just gonna pass each of these to a component. So let's have like a movie item.tsx RFC. And here we'll say movie item. Pass the movie as the M here. All right, this should take in a movie, and we'll go ahead and type this movie as movie item. Okay, cool. Got this coming in here. Only for type, it's being used as a value here. Oops. Oh, it's because I had named it the same thing. Okay, so let's come over here. Let's call this movie. Yes. Let's see. Let's grab this movie. Have you ever had a word that when you spell it doesn't look right? It doesn't look right at all. Movie. But that's okay. All right, so that's coming in. We're going to call this thing movie. Okay. So all the movies are showing. Cool. All right, so in here is where we want to actually show the movie. Like that. All right, and this will be movie.title, movie.image. Okay. So now they're all showing correctly. How are they supposed to be styled? Just the title. All right, so let's stack that up. So we'll have this first, we'll have this next to it. We'll put this in a div. Class name, let's grid gap 1, something like that. Year. This movie itself, let's set like a width of, I don't know, 48. Let's see what happened. Okay. So we'll say background is background, padding 6. We'll make it the same. Flex, justify between, gaps 6, 7, 8, something. This should be, I don't know what it should be semantically. Let's just make it font bold for now. We're getting there. Let's do align items center, I think. Why is this? Let's see. This needs to be item center too. Yeah, to push that together. And let's remove the gap here. That'll work. Is there anything else I need? They're all left aligned, so this shouldn't be justify between. Okay. These should probably also be buttons because we're going to eventually click on these. And now we can at least have them. We'll still need to set up some event listeners if we want this to be really... This is like one of those things where that custom select would have been really nice, but... let's see. Hey from Russia, welcome. Hey, nice. Next, let's see. I missed a bunch of stuff. .NET Practicals. Hey, nice. Cool. All right. So I guess the other thing was if we hover, we want the background to be my blue, right? We might as well do the transition on the colors. So much nicer. Let's also do focus, outline, transparent, and then a focus would be, let's do like a ring 4. Ring will be blue, offset will be 2. Let's see. That could have gone better. I mean, it's fine. Let's do like rounded. I'm very loosely following the design. We're mostly there. Make this slightly smaller. Okay. I think that's pretty good as far as the actual drop down. See, those things should have a little space in between them. The top section should have more. So let's get rid of this, get rid of this. React wrapper. So here, let's go ahead and put this inside of a, nope. This. So let's have this be inside of a grid with gap 1. And then we'll wrap this like that. What am I missing? Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's do gap like 0.5. Let's see. And then here, let's do like a gap of 4. All right. I'll eventually figure out how to show that or whatever, but at least we're kind of moving in the right direction. All right. The other thing I want to do is probably make the movie when it's focused. So let's do say focus. We're going to do our focus visible. This should be visible too. Then I want to Z index will be like 50 or something. That way, when he get, oh no, what did I do wrong? Focus visible Z50. There. So at least it like looks, it's on top, basically. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's like way too big over here. I can't see anything. All right, well, let me pull this setting up. Nobody needs to see that much. Maybe we should just move it. Let's move it over here. Because I'm not using that over there. I'll make it slightly bigger. In case that's very important to you. All right, so at least we got this here. This needs to be left aligned. So I should be able to get rid of this. Right? Is there a reason? I don't know why that would be center aligned from the parent. That's kind of weird. Anyhow. Okay, so next thing I want to do is when I click on this, I want something to happen. I don't remember what's supposed to happen. So let's go here. When they click on the input, a drop down that contains the movie thumbnail, title, and year was released. Okay, well, that's what we just showed. So we're going to just toggle that. So let's come over here. We'll say on click. I'm going to say set show movies to the opposite of show movies. And we're going to set this to false. So that way, if I come over here and I click on this, all right. Let's also come over to your, to my layout. Well, I guess this could be anywhere, but we might as well do it here. What's that thing called? Scroll bar. Behavior? No. Scroll. What is it? Scroll bar gutter. Balance. Both, I think. That way it's always there. No. Stable both. That's what I need. there, so like the content doesn't shift at least. Like the scroll bar is already has its space reserved for it. So anyhow, all right. So we're showing that. What else are we supposed to do? When you click, when input is expanded, I don't know what it means for it to be expanded. I'm sorry. You put Z index in there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there are other options there. By expanded, do they mean, so like if I click this, that's when it shows the drop down. If I click this, I get the search. Maybe? Is that what's going on? Or you get the drop down no matter what, but when you click in here, if there's nothing selected, or either way, you get the search bar showing. I'm not totally sure what that means. What happens if I put this in here? Yeah, you get that. Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's set this here. Well, let's selected movie, set selected movie, use state, and here, I'll just leave it like that for now. All right, so what we want, I think, is going to be if we have a selected movie. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so here's my understanding of what we're doing. So if we click inside here, I want to show the movie inside here, I think. I'd have to change around a couple of these things, but I think the rest of that can mostly be the same. So maybe we should do that. Yeah. I think that makes sense. All right. Let me talk instead of think. So what we need to do, if I'm understanding correctly, is if there is no movie present or if there is a movie present, anytime we click, it should basically give us this type input, I think. If if we select a movie, it should show the movie here along with the little arrow, right? But if we click, it goes back to the typing, I think. I think that's what it's saying. All right, so if that's the case, then basically this right here, I would just say like the default value. If there is the selected movie, let's see. How would I want to do this? Let's select the individual ID. Yeah, so let this thing be a number. Yeah, so let's do... okay. So what we're going to do, and that way when we select something, we'll just pass its number back up to the parent, I think. Yeah, I think that should work. Okay. So if selected movie is greater than 0, then we're going to show I kind of want to hide this input, so I guess I don't need that at all. So we could say if it's equal 0, then I'll do your favorite movie. Right? Otherwise, I'll just do null. Null. Okay, we'll just do empty string. I think that makes sense. Selected movie, number 0. Why is this thing... showing that then? That was weird. Okay. All right, and then here what I'm going to do is say if there's no selected movie. All right, there's two things here. If there's no selected movie and there's no show movies, then I want this to show. I think, yeah. Cool. Okay. So Now in this state, I also have to handle this. So there's no selected maybe. Let's just do it like this, because technically, like, if it's expanded, I don't want to do that either. It's if there is show movies, that's when I want to show the input, right? I can't really click in here either, so we also need to like handle this somehow on click or on change. Maybe let's do this div here. And here I'm just going to put this on the actual SVG. Which is right here. So let's put this thing in a button. And I think that's what I'll do. Oops. We'll do this on click here. So that way I can still click inside here. I guess. Okay. Let's style this a little bit. So we'll say width is full. Let's do padding too. Let's see. If the background is transparent, it doesn't really matter. Border bottom 2. Border black. I don't remember what it was supposed to be. That's supposed to be small. We'll do, I guess, border. I think I called it board. That looks kind of sort of kind of how we want it. Let's also do this. Let's say on focus, we're going to do the outline to transparent. On focus, visible, we're going to do I mean, I guess we could just do, let's do border bottom 2. Let's do none. I just don't want the whole thing to shift down. So I'm also going to do on focus visible. It's probably a little hacky. We're going to do a margin bottom of -2. Is that right? No, because 2 I think is a pixel. How much is this? 2 pixels. This is 4 pixels. Is this hacky? So we go from 2 pixels to 1 pixel. So this should just be 1 pixel offset. Yeah. I don't know. All right, so I should be able to type in here. The X means you can get rid of that. We'll also then filter off this input. So let's also do this. We'll say on click, show movies as well. All right. Okay. And for right now, let's just show this no matter what. So as I start to type, let's make this thing the placeholder also instead. All right. I think that's all right. So then as I type, basically what I want to do is filter these. So I guess we've got our movies here. It says show movies. We're going to set this to use state. And the state will just be our movies to start with. And then these filter movies are what we're going to filter over here. Yeah, okay, so now we're going somewhere. Let's do a little use effect. Although I guess we're at React 19 now, but I'm not sure I want to try that right now. And what I want to do is basically, if I have text, right? This input text, we're going to update this filter. Filter movies, select movie. Let's grab this and we'll say like search filter, search string, I don't know. And we'll set this equal to an empty string. And then let's go ahead and set the value here will be equal to search string and on change set search string to let's see, we need the e dot input, e dot current target dot input. Dot value. All right. So as I change here, this should be changing the actual search string. So here what we'll say is if there's no search string, then we can just return. Why is this? Oh, I'm not actually in the call. All right. If there's no search string, then I'm just going to return. All right. If there is a search string, then what we want to do is set the filtered movies, right? So set filtered movies. We're going to take the previous, since it's an object, and we're just going to say, how do we want to select this? I guess we could do it off any of the items in there. And we don't really want the previous anyhow. Don't I want the... I just want to go off of the movies. Yeah, so let's take the movies dot filter for each movie. We'll say if how do I want to do this? Let's lowercase everything. Let's look at my movies over here. Let's look at the description, the image alt, because that includes the title as well. The title, the stars. So description, director, I guess, image alt, title, and stars. All right, so I guess let's do this. Let's just go ahead and get the data for all those and like string them together and just put them in one big string. There may be a better way to do this, but let's just grab the m dot director dot to lowercase. Let's add let's do this. M dot title dot to lowercase. What else do I want? I think there was a stars. Is the stars, are any of these things arrays or anything? No? Okay. Title stars. Description, I think. I still don't remember. Director. We didn't do that yet. No, we did. What was the other thing I wanted? Image alt. That's right. So. Image alt. Yeah, like that. That too lowercase. All right. So we've strung all those together. Now I just want to join them on nothing. Let's see what this gives us first of all. searchable string equals, and let's console log this. All right, so when I type in here something, it should, oh, it's client side, JavaScript, sorry, or React. It should do something. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. So it just strings all that together. Cool. Okay, so then all I want to do is basically check to see, and obviously there's like algorithms you could actually use here, but the searchable string dot include the search string dot to lowercase, which I guess we could also lowercase it when we put it in there. Maybe let's just do that. Like that. Okay. So something. So if it does, then this set filtered movie should change, right? And nothing's happening. All right, so clearly I'm messing something up. Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for joining. So this filtered movie should be being reset here. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I'm not return. No. That shouldn't matter. Let's refresh. In here, there's no search string. Hello. Why is this not? What am I doing wrong? Well, for now, let's at least make sure that these things each have a key. And now we need to see why it was helpful to add the ID, because now we've got something unique at least. So that should get rid of our little error down here. Yeah, okay. All right, what is not happening that I want to happen? Input on change. I think this is on input. Oh, I have to pass this in search string. So it's actually got a dependency array. Okay, die hard. All right, so it is actually filtering. Let's see, set filtered movies. So let's do this. All right, it's a filter, so I have to actually do something here. So we could say if it includes, then I'm going to return true. Otherwise, I'll return false. Return. Okay. Now, die hard. No? What am I doing wrong here? So I'm filtering off the movies, where I'm seeing if the movie dot includes the search string. Let's make sure this is actually firing then. Bruce. What am I doing wrong? Because this is filtering now. Something here. Set filters movies. I guess I would just do this then, right? No? Let's get rid of that. Get rid of... Where does this go to? Is that right? All right, let's extract this out. Let's check on the length here. Okay, so let's come over here, something. Okay, so it should be giving me actual movies. Now let's go in here, set new movies, set filtered movies to my new movies. Sorry, new movies. Oh, and I somehow killed the entire thing. All right, let's close this off like this. Search string. What am I doing wrong? Set filtered movies. I guess this would need to be no. All right, it's obviously something stupid that I'm just not seeing, because this should not be difficult. So if you see what I'm doing, let me know. So I've got this. I'm updating the state. Update object state react. I don't know. Use effect. There's obviously something dumb I'm doing. Set state to the state plus, well, I don't want to add to it. I just want to replace it. Replace. Five years ago. Nice. What am I clearly messing up here? Does anybody see it? Like these filtered movies. Isn't this what we have down here? Well, at least I called it. It was dumb. So, okay. So the other thing I want to do, if there is no search string, let's go ahead and just set filtered movies to the original movies. Oh, goodness. So something here. Okay. It's Christmas Carol. Okay. All right. Let's also do this. Let's make this button here. Tab index is -1. Oops. And that way I can't tab to it and I can go straight into this section. All right. Last thing I need to do is when I select one of these, goodness, then I want to do something with it. So let's pass down a handle select equals handle select. And this will be a function up here we're going to write. Const select equals. Here we should take in an ID, which is going to be a number. Yeah, we'll set selected movie to the movies. I guess technically we would come off the filtered movies. Well, not necessarily. So movies dot find where the movie m.id is equal to the ID that's been passed in. Can I just do, and then we're going to pick off the ID, right? Object is possibly undefined. So let's find the movie here. And what we're going to say is if the movie is found, then we want the found movie ID. Otherwise, we want 0. All right, so let's pass this thing down. This is of this type, so that will save us a little bit. So let's come inside here. Handle, what's the thing called? Handle select. Handle select. And this is of that type. Okay, so now what I want is on click. Then, yeah, then I want to call handle select and pass it the movie.id. All right, like that. So now these are the new selected movies. So let's just make sure that that's actually happening. Console.log, selected movie. And let's open this up. Something. 0. Not what I wanted. The ID. This should be a number. Should be equal to that. Let's 41. Okay. I'm not sure where that one was 0 then. Okay. So now all I have to do is basically, assuming that I kind of halfway followed what this was supposed to do, it shows the movie there. So I think the last step is to make this component a little bit more flexible. So let's add like a is in list or something like that. And we'll set this to true by default. Like this. This music's stressing me out. All right, so if it is in select, then I really need to go because I got to get to work. But is in list. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We have this. Yeah, I think this is what. Well, let's just do it inline. That's fine. I was gonna like use the library to like, because it's already installed by Astro, but so the padding would be different. What else would be different? Gaps the same. Hover would be different. All this would be different here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is say that if is in list, then we're gonna add all that as well. All right, and then on this one, let's make it optional. On this one up here, we're gonna basically show one here. Show movies. So if it says if on click, show the opposite of show movies. So here what we're gonna do. Let's have like a show input or something. There's probably a better way to do this. Show input, set show input equals use state. Set this to false by default. Then let's come down this way and just say if show input, then we're going to show the input like this. Otherwise, we will, show a movie. Like this, where we'll pass our selected movie. Oh, because I'm just passing the actual value up here. I need to now do the same thing here. Okay. Right? No. Or the m.id equals the selected movie. There's definitely a better way to do this. Dot. And then I just get the first one. No. I'm going to find the movie, or the movie.id equals the selected movie, right? Okay, so show input should be set to false by default, right? So maybe what we need to do is, first of all, check for this. How do I want to do this? Hey, welcome, comrade. Let's just say show input should be here. Then we're going to say yeah. Here we're going to say show input is not true, and there is a selected movie. Then I want to show the movie. That could have gone better. And selected movie does not equals. I don't know that I like the fact that I just have an index there, but I don't know. I mean, I know that it would only not be equal to 0 if there's something there. But okay, so let's show the input. Let's set this to true by default. And we're going to change this here where on click 2 things are going to happen. This is kind of messy, but I think generally I'm okay with it. Set show inputs, and this set. Wait, is that right? Show movies. I want to show that. It should still be on true. Yeah, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a separate function here. Yeah. Handle input movie select. I don't know, something. It should be the same thing. We'll take in a number just to keep TypeScript happy, but we're not going to do anything with it. And here, we're going to pass that there. So if there is that, and I click that, then all I want to do is show input is set to, set show input is set to true. So like It's a Wonderful Life, click here. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is, if I have a selected input here, set show input to false. Yeah. All right, so this is also where I need to set my isInList to false. There we go. And then you come in here and click, you can save stuff. Oh, that's loosely what we're supposed to do. Die Hard, click here. I just want to make sure, oh yeah, it is going the whole way. Yeah, that's kind of there. Let's do that and then just add padding 2 on that one, padding 4 here. I'm loosely satisfied with this arrangement. Let's do border, none, rounded. Yeah, that's mostly good. Here, I guess we could also check off this. This is definitely going to be as a movie input. Because at this point I know it's there, so TypeScript can deal with it. All right, so let's also say that this should be autofocus. Something. Yeah. Should we also like on select value search string? So when we show the input here, should we set search string to nothing? So I'd come over here and like something I added here. When I click on here, it should, yeah, it should. That's a better experience. Die Hard, Christmas Carol. Now, the last thing to do would be to add like actual like arrow events to this because you want it to be accessible. But for not knowing what I was supposed to be doing today, stuff went okay, I think. What would you say is the best resource, free and paid, to learn JS? Give me some advice. beginnerjavascript.com. This is how I learned it from Wes Boss. You can buy the course. There's also, he literally has the entire thing for free on his website in text form. I forget where it's at. I think it's just like wesboss.com. And like, there are obviously things that have been updated since he did this, whenever he did it, like 6 years ago, but blog, JavaScript notes, yeah, right here. So like literally you can just walk through this whole thing. It's the exact same thing as the video. You just have to read. So that's what I would do. And it's mostly still up to date. And Wes is, yeah, as good as they come as far as teachers. Okay, well, I think we did this. It's A Wonderful Life, Christmas Carol. Come in here and click again. I think it could, as far as improvements, which I don't have time to do, would just be basically when you're in here. Should I do this? No, I shouldn't. But let's do some improvements, like keyboard, nav, and list. So basically, like once you're in the list, you should be able to hit the up and down arrow, and it should move you relative like this. And then it should, you can do a home and an end option as well, where if you press those keys, it jumps you around. But yeah. Okay, so by default, you come in here. It says, "What's your favorite holiday movie?" And you say like Die Hard. Hit enter, and now it's in there. Now, oh, I guess we probably need to shut this down too, right? So set show movies to false. Handle select. Right? Set show movies to the opposite of show movies. Button click. Why is that not closing down? Set show movies. Oh, show movies. This is the other thing I messed up earlier when I. Yeah, okay. So when I click inside here, I come in here and I'm like, oh, it's a favorite holiday movie thing. Oh, look at that. Elf. Click, shuts it down. Click here. We also need to open that. So we're also going to say on click here, set show movies to the opposite of show movies. It should be doing that already. I'll just set this to true every time, no matter what. Every time I input, it should be set show movies. Goodness. All right, so I select something here, come in here. As soon as I start to type, I like that. Okay, we did a thing. I will throw this up somewhere. You're welcome to look at it. Thanks to Amy Dutton for the challenge. Sorry I didn't read it at all. We didn't get to level 3, but we did all the rest of this stuff. So at least I think that's what we were supposed to do. This is like over a bunch. Maybe it's supposed to be, and this is like a placeholder. I don't know. It seems kind of weird, so I changed it, but hopefully that's okay. I think we also didn't really do the border on these, but anyhow. Cool. All right. Well, thanks so much for following along. I will catch you next time. Happy coding.